Alan Chong from Art of Destiny. Welcome to this introductory course on Bazi. Bazi, or 8 characters, also sometimes known as 4 pillars, is an astrological method of understanding our destiny, or some call it destiny analysis. It uses our date and time of birth to plot a chart just like what you see on your screen right now, and using the techniques found by our ancient forefathers, passed down through the generations, it can tell us if we are going to be born rich, successful, or otherwise. It's like a code which contains our life path, but only understandable to a trained person. Therefore, Bazi is all about energy or chi that made us up. We are all born with certain gifts or certain challenges in life. Each of us will have different types of them as well. Now, using the art of Bazi, we can analyze and foretell so that we can better manage our destiny ahead of us. Now, the Chinese know that life is very complex, and thus they have systematically divided the influences to a few categories, namely in descending order. First, destiny. Second, luck. Third, feng shui. And there is a fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on. Thus, destiny is the key influencer, followed by luck. How do they do it? Or how do they work? For example, a person may be born poor, but in his 30s, he became suddenly successful. Now, this is because with the turn of luck to help him, that made him a success. Conversely, it's the same when you see some very successful businessman, why suddenly his business empire was just destroyed over a short period of time. Then this is again sometimes the influence from the luck cycle. Now, in this course, we're going to cover progressively these two major factors, that is destiny and luck, because they encompass in the subject of Bazi. The purpose of learning this art is to know ourselves, what we have been endowed since birth. Now, once you understand your issues, you will be able to know where you should strengthen and which area you need to improve. It also gives us a sense of relief because we now no longer feel bitter about, for example, the broken marriage, because it can be foretold from the Bazi. Just like what Huainanzi had said, if you know your destiny, you do not blame heaven. If you know yourself, you do not blame others. Or perhaps, as what Sun Tzu had put it in another way, know yourself, know your enemy, 100 battles can be won. Because the life's greatest challenges is not about the external environment, but rather the internal, which is within our own destiny. So people often ask, do we have a say in our destiny? Yes, we have. While we do not have the absolute freedom to change entirely our destiny, we can reshape it. We can improve upon it, and we will show you how. Now, that little change over time becomes a big change. See? Over the years, I often hear statements like, oh, Bazi is difficult. Or, I have attended courses, but I'm still not able to read Bazi. Or, well, I still don't understand my life. Now, instead of enjoying Bazi, then it becomes a burden, a stress, or a demotivating factor. Now, why is this happening? There are a couple of reasons to this, and one of it could be the approach or the method is incorrect or confusing. Or perhaps there are missing links in the knowledge. Thus, when students try to connect the dots, they are lost. Because not all methodology is complete. Now, let me quote you some examples here. One of the biggest difficulties that students face is how to determine if the day master is strong or weak. Because without the ability to determine this, it's very difficult to read puzzle. Then what is the correct meaning of an application of yin-yang and 5 elements? Because there is a deep knowledge into this subject. Say for example, a male day master, strong day master, has eating god. Why one chart tells the person to be a talented person, while the other with the same eating god is not able to produce, is not able to be a talent? Why? Because there's a subtle difference between different elements that is being used as an eating god. Now, without profound knowledge of yin-yang and 5 elements, it will be very difficult to tell. Another one would be like, when do we cut off the day? Which zi hour do we use? Because if you use the different zi hour, different system that you use, you will produce different bazi chart, and the outcome will be totally different, right? So, do we use lunar calendar or solar calendar to plot bazi? Then you need to know what is the basis of using solar or lunar. Then there are many methods out there. Now, some schools advocate chi flow, while most uses element balancing. Now, it's going to be very difficult to comprehend and difficult to determine the useful god. And if you have problems identifying the useful god, naturally reading bazi will be a stuck thing. But the fact is that every element has its own natural useful god. Now, this I believe is the key missing concept in bazi reading. Once you know it, it becomes easier to read bazi. You can judge the quality of the bazi better. For example, you can tell if this person is going to make it big in life. Let me give you an overview of the entire progression to acquiring the bazi skills. It is broken into 3 levels so that students can take their time to master each level before they decide to go to the next. Now, at the entry level, we introduce the essential concepts to correctly reading bazi and aim to build a strong foundation for the students. So things like 5 elements, we go a little bit deeper because usually they will talk about production, weakening and countering cycle. But we go a little deeper into each yin and yang element so that your bazi skill is more in-depth and refined. We also talk about what is natural useful god, which is, I believe, is the essential missing item, missing link in the mastery of bazi. Also, we touch about the easy and correct way to determine strong and weak day master. And there will be case studies and examples along the way at each and every chapter. At the intermediate level, we go in a little bit deeper. We add on new concepts such as the 10 gods, static structures. Then we talk about advanced palace reading. So with these 2 knowledge combined, you will learn that the wealth element from the 10 gods perspective is not the only representation of a wife to a man, for example. At the advanced level, we talk about dynamic 10 god structures and also other special structures such as transformation structures, fake follow structures, follow structures, etc. etc. Yeah, so by the time you finish the entry level bazi course, it should already change your perspective on bazi as well as your understanding of reading bazi. You can find more information about the course on the website right in front of your screen now. Here you will find more information regarding the syllabus, about the delivery method as well as the price. So I thank you for listening and I hope to receive your sign up soon. Bye bye.